1991 marked a dramatic moment in Camaro history, the return of the Z28. After the end of the IROC-Z era, many fans feared Chevrolet's muscle icon would lose its spark. But instead of fading away, the Camaro came roaring back with a sharper attitude, refined design, and the same raw power that had defined the 1980s. The 1991 Camaro Z28 wasn't just a name revival, it was a rebirth of identity. With an aggressive new front fascia, bold ground effects, and a refreshed aerodynamic look, it became the bridge between the wild 80s and the modern 90s. The car carried the same heart, the powerful 5.7L V8, but wrapped in sleeker armor. The 1991 Camaro Z28 proved that legends don't retire, they reinvent themselves. The year was 1991, and Chevrolet's iconic muscle car, the Camaro, was facing a crucial moment. For nearly a decade, the IROC-Z had defined performance and style for the third-generation Camaro. Its aggressive stance, aerodynamic lines, and racing heritage made it one of the most recognizable American cars of the 1980s. But when the licensing deal with the International Race of Champions ended in 1990, the beloved IROC-Z name was retired, leaving a question on every enthusiast's mind. What's next for the Camaro? The return of the Z28. Chevrolet's answer came swiftly. For 1991, the Z28 badge made a powerful comeback. The Z28 name wasn't new. It was the same legendary nameplate that had helped the Camaro dominate the Trans Am circuits in the late 60s and early 70s. By bringing it back, Chevrolet wasn't just renaming the car, it was reconnecting the Camaro to its racing roots. The 1991 Camaro Z28 was more than a simple rebrand. It embodied everything the IROC-Z had become, and more. Underneath the sculpted hood, it retained the powerful 5.0L twin-port injection TPI V8. And for those who craved more, the optional 5.7L 350 coup in TPI V8 delivered up to 245 horsepower. This wasn't just about nostalgia, it was about muscle done right, evolution in design wilder. Mechanical setup was familiar, the styling was all new. Chevrolet gave the 1991 Camaro a dramatic facelift to usher into the 1990s. The front fascia became sharper and more aerodynamic, featuring a low, menacing nose and integrated fog lights. The lower body was wrapped in bold ground effects that blended seamlessly into the car's curves, creating a unified, muscular silhouette. The rear also received attention. The taillights were redesigned with a modern louvered appearance, giving the car a more high-tech, performance-oriented edge. For the first time, Camaro looked ready to compete with the sleek imports of the new decade, without losing its American attitude in many ways. The 1991 Camaro's styling set the tone for the upcoming fourth generation. It combined the brute force of the past with the sophistication of the future. This was no longer just a street brawler. It was a refined warrior. Under the hood, power remains king. The Camaro may have been evolving, but Chevrolet knew better than to mess with success. The 1991 Z28 continued to offer to main V8 options. The 5.0 LTP IV8 produced around 230 horsepower, a solid performer for daily driving and weekend thrills. The 5.7 LTP IV8, however, was the real prize, generating 245 horsepower and 345 pounds-ft of torque. Mated to a 4-speed automatic transmission, this combination gave the Z28 exhilarating performance. 0 to 60 miles per hour came in just over 6 seconds. Still impressive for the era. Despite new safety rules and emission standards, Chevrolet managed to keep the Camaro fierce, responsive, and unmistakably fast. The 1991 interior, familiar, yet improved inside. The Camaro's cockpit received subtle upgrades to improve ergonomics and comfort. The dashboard retained its driver-centric design, but the materials and finishes were improved for a more refined feel. The new steering wheel design added a modern touch, while updated seat fabrics and trim colors gave the cabin a more upscale tone. While it wasn't luxury-level comfort, the 1991 Camaro balanced performance and practicality better than ever before. Handling and performance feels. Chevrolet engineers had spent years perfecting the Camaro's chassis, and by 1991, the platform felt incredibly balanced. The Z28's performance suspension included heavy-duty springs, gas shocks, and thicker stabilizer bars. The result was sharper cornering and a tighter connection to the road, without sacrificing ride comfort. The limited slip differential ensured power was effectively transferred to the rear wheels, while the car's low center of gravity gave it an agile, confident stance. Whether cruising down the highway or taking on tight curves, the 1991 Z28 remained composed and exhilarating. New tech and safety features, just like the 1990 model, safety continued to improve. The driver's airbag and anti-lock braking system ABS carried over, enhancing control and protection. Chevrolet understood that modern muscle cars had to evolve, and by incorporating these systems, they made the Camaro not only thrilling, but also responsible. The Z28 identity returns for die-hard fans. The Z28 badge's return meant more than just a logo on the fender. It symbolized heritage, pride, and perseverance. The IROC-Z era had built the Camaro's image during the 1980s, but the Z28 carried a deeper emotional legacy, one that tied back to the brand's golden age of racing. The 1991 Z28 was a nod to history, but it also pointed to the future. It reminded drivers that while trends come and go, true performance never goes out of style. Legacy and significance. Today, the 1991 Camaro is remembered as a bridge between generations. It carried the DNA of the IROC-Z, but introduced the styling cues that would define the 1993 fourth-generation model. Collectors appreciate it as one of the most balanced third-gen cars. Aggressive, but refined. Raw, but responsible. It represents a moment when Chevrolet understood that the Camaro's soul wasn't tied to a name, but to an attitude. The 1991 Camaro Z28 stands as proof that legends don't die when eras end. They adapt, evolve, and come back stronger.